there, Rita Jane here. You can find me over on Facebook at Sweet Minerals Confidence with Rita Jane. You can also search for confidenceandchaos.com for my blog. I am here opening up my Sweet Minerals Lights Camera Action Kit. It has 4 products in it. I'm just popping all the seals. This is my first time ever using it with you guys, and it's another one of those do it scared things, you know what I mean? It's contouring. So the 4 products are Define, Diffuse, Highlight, and Contour. So I've got a general idea of how they're supposed to be used. Today I've already done my liquid foundation and I've done my brows. So I've gotten that far in my skincare routine up until that. So let's give this a shot. Okay, like I said, another do it scared thing. You have an option now for one of your Flawless Face Kits to get your liquid mineral foundation with a beauty blender. And it comes with a multitasker brush and your LCA kit that I'm using today. So I wanted to show you how to use it. And this is my first time doing it. And so many of us are so afraid of contouring. There are a lot of funny videos out there of people doing it wrong. Blend, blend, blend. Normally I say you can't do anything wrong. If you feel good, you did it right. And I think that applies to this too. But this is a little more intimidating for me, and I get the feeling that it is for some of you too. So I'm going to give it a shot and you get to witness. I'm going to start with contour. I'm going darkest to lightest this time. Normally I would choose lightest to darkest in most things that I do, but for this one I'm doing it for a reason. I want a chance to blend, blend, blend and correct if I need to. That's why I'm starting this way. There may be a better way to do it. There's almost always a better way to do it. But I'm not trying to show you the best way. I'm trying to show you the easiest, most confident way. So for contour, I'm pinching. Just like with everything else, I put a little into my cap, tapped it in, and tapped it down into my brush. Minerals, loose minerals can be intimidating too, and they don't need to be. That part is becoming easier for me. So this is that fish look. With our previous Flawless Face Kit that I showed, which we still have, this is where I applied my bronzer. And I'm contouring underneath my cheekbone here. See where I'm going with that? Because this is new to me, I'm doing small dabs at a time and layering it in. When I get more confident with this, I might be able to go a little bolder, a little faster. And then blend just a bit, not a ton to start, along my hairline. I'm going to dab just a touch here. And I'm going to do a little bit up in here where I don't want a ton of, it's anywhere you would kind of want a shadow. I don't want to play up how huge my forehead is, right? So I'm going to do a little bit. See how I've got it open now for a more open, lighter coverage? So I'm going to do a little bit along my hairline to make it appear like my forehead's not as big as it is, basically. Does that make sense? And then I'm going to come down underneath my jaw. And again, I'm just doing small amounts because this is still new to me. My first time using it. So along my hairline, that one got a little much, and along my jaw. And then I'm just going to go back through and blend. It'll start to come together. Blend, blend, blend. Blend it away. There we go. And this along my cheeks won't look quite as dramatic when I get the rest added. So watch and we'll see how it goes. And you guys, the worst thing that happens is that later we wind up having to wash our face and start over. You know what I mean? Try it. See what happens for you. Can't hurt. Okay, next I'm going to do Define. Define is basically your blusher, your blush. So it's got a touch of color to it, and it goes kind of on the apples of your cheeks, right above where we contoured on our cheeks. So I kind of smile for this one, and it goes right along there. See that? Smile, a little bit more, right along there. A little bit of extra color to my cheeks. Pretty cool, eh? Define. And sometimes you can do the same thing, just the excess, like I do with my blush, if you've watched my Flawless Face videos at all. Oh, I like that. That is a very subtle amount of color, isn't it? And see how it kind of blends with the contour down here? Pretty cool, eh? Hey, I'm liking this. I'm going to show you a trick for eyes, too, using this in just a moment. Okay, we're going to go to highlighter. This is the places that you want to play up a little bit. Now, some people would contour along their nose as well. I chose not to this time simply because it's new to me. But if I wanted to make my nose look more narrow, I would have contoured starting up here at my brow and along the sides, down the side of my nose to make my nose look smaller or thinner. I don't mind my nose as it is, but I'm also just starting out, so I want to keep it simple my first couple applications, and I might layer that in down the road. So that's something else to keep in mind. If that's something that has always bothered you, do it. So anywhere you want pounds to fall away. Notice how I did it underneath my chin, and I did it along my forehead to minimize that part of my face. So if I wanted my nose to be thinner, I would have contoured there too. Likewise with highlighter, it's the places you want to stand out. So for me, I'm going to do a bit right here on my jaw, or on my jaw, yeah, that's my jaw, right here on my cheekbone. Most people are going to do a bit between the brows and down the top of their nose and on the tip a bit to make that part stand out. This would fall away if it was contoured. This would stand out. And then just a touch on the chin. Pretty cool, eh? And it just brightens it up a bit. Now, if you have a face shimmer, this is a fun place to do it too, is in the places where you would highlight. If I were wearing a lower cut top or dress, I would do a bit on my collarbone. Make it pop out a little bit more, have a little bit of shimmer. I need coffee today, can you tell? I do most of my videos first thing in the morning before anyone else is awake, when it's just me and my husband's gone to work already. Fun fact. All right, the last thing left is diffuse that I have not used yet. Diffuse is similar to a veil, like our mineral veil, where it sets things in. This is supposed to be used anywhere that you want to minimize pores or appearance of wrinkles. I have seen a good place to use it is just under the eye and up through here. It's where you want to minimize where the light hits you. And I have under eye circles, and I sometimes get lazy and don't use concealer. We have fabulous concealer, but I'm a low maintenance, lazy kind of person, personally, my own words. So I like to skip steps here and there. And our coverage of our foundation is usually so good, I don't feel like I have to use it all the time. And because this is like a veil, I'm also going to dab it in the areas where I sometimes get, I glow a lot. I get sweaty, I get hot, and it's usually on my face. So I'm going to do a little bit right through here, my upper lip and whatnot. And if you are the kind of gal who is like that too, or you have oily skin, you might want to invest in a veil on top of your liquid flawless face kit. Okay, that's my face. Not too shabby, eh? Can you see how my cheeks are a little more defined now? I do want to show you one other thing that you can do with this LCA kit. So if you're just starting out and you want to be super economical, use it for your eyes too. So I like to say, I'm one of those people, I use my blending brush for almost all of my eyes. So I'm going to try that here to show you. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to start out with highlight. The one where you're going to highlight areas where you want it to be seen. And I usually use 3 colors of eye flavors. So highlight is going to be my lightest shade, the one that goes in place of my lightest shade of eye flavors. And I'm dabbing in, and I'm going to attempt it all along where I would use my lightest shade, which is the inner corner of my eye, and the first 1/3 to 1/2 of my lid here, all the way up to the brow, and then along my brow line. This is highlight from the LCA, and it's not going to be super duper dramatic, but I'm hoping the idea is that it's a subtle, natural way to define my eyes. And do the same thing on the other eye. And again, I'm just using my blender brush today. I like to save steps. So when I'm doing my eyes, I typically just use my blender brush. With powders, you kind of want to press the powder into your skin and then blend. Notice how I'm kind of pressing in, like stippling in. And it kind of helps the powder adhere to the skin instead of fluffing everywhere. I mean, it still does that a little bit too, but it's not too horrible. All right. You can barely tell it's there, and that's kind of a good thing with this stuff. But watch. Let's go to Define. Define was the one that we used kind of like our blush. Has a little bit of color to it. This one I'm going to use as my middle color, and I'm going to apply it to my lid. Pretty much everywhere that that highlight did not go. My mirror's over here, so if you catch me looking over here, it's to get an extra good look. There we go. Okay. See, it's very subtle, totally okay. But here is the piece that I'm most curious about. Next, we're going to go in with the contour color again, that darkest one. And this one is what I would do with my darkest of my 3 colors I chose for my eyes if I were using eye flavors instead. And I'm going to go right in the crease here. Right in the crease. See how it's defining my eye a little bit more right there? Can you see the difference? That's kind of cool. I really like that. So you can look fresh-faced without having any major colors. This is a nice natural look. There we go. I like to get the excess off when I'm done on my side, and then blend, 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 blend. Look for evenness. This one looks a little darker, doesn't it? Just a touch. We're going to go a little layer. Don't go back and forth too much. You fall in the trap of, oh, it's going to go darker, darker. They don't have to be exact, but you want them to be approximately even. Most people are going to notice, and I wear glasses, so people notice even less, but even when they do, I need to go a little bolder on my eyes for it to show up. Now, sometimes after this step, I'll go back through with my lid shade or my lighter shade just to define a little bit more. So, and this is called define. So, just to pull out those colors again, if I feel like I got a little sloppy with my contour, which you do with your eye minerals anyways, your eye flavors. This is subtle contouring, the way that I do mine. And just layer it in. Pretty cool, eh? How it looks like you've got some good layers going on. And all we used was the LCA kit, right? You could also go in and use your liner brush. I would use an even darker color than my contour typically, but since I already did my brows, I'm gonna line my eyes with the same brow liner or the brow mineral. This is Truffle, and it's the same thing I already did on my brows before I started the video with you. And I have been using eye flavors as my liner lately, using a similar, this brush. I have a couple of them. And what I like about it is that powdered minerals like this are versatile. You can use them for anything. So just like with this, I used the LCA on my face, but then I also went and used it for eyes. And now we're using my brow kit, my minerals for my brow color, Truffle in my case, and using it as an eyeliner as well. Now I could have gone for a pop of color, but my whole point today is to show you the versatility of our products and to demystify a little bit the LCA kit, because I know that it can be intimidating. It was for me too, and I'm already feeling better about it now that I've been sharing with you, you know what I mean? So you can go over this. I usually go over this several times to get the darkness that I want. Sometimes I spray my brush with a little bit of Refresh, which is part of the Daily Essentials skincare line. It's a toner that doesn't sting at all. It really just refreshes your skin. And it moistens my brush enough to add a little more drama to the color. You know what I mean? There we go. Pretty cool, eh? So what I'm probably going to do is do my favorite mascara now. First, a little bit of a veil, because I like that extra coverage to set everything, since I'm a warm-natured person. But other than that, veil, because of my own personal preferences, mascara, and lips, this look is pretty much done. Pretty cool, eh? I will post a finished photo over at Sweet Minerals Confidence with Rita Jane on Facebook here in just a bit, so you can see. But I hope this helped demystify the LCA kit for you a little bit. And if you are a liquid mineral foundation kind of a gal, Flawless Face can be for you too. You can get that as well and use that LCA kit for everything you need for a nice, natural, flawless look. Catch me over on Facebook, Sweet Minerals Confidence with Rita Jane. My blog is confidenceandchaos.com, and you're more than welcome to join our community at Calculated Chaos Community on Facebook. Email me if you have questions. I don't mind. I really don't. Rita Jane, RETAJAYNE, at confidenceandchaos.com. Until next time.